everyone, I'm back to make another batch of soap. Today I'm going to be testing out Storm Watching fragrance oil, and I'm going to be adding patchouli fragrance oil by Indigo Fragrance. I have soaped with their patchouli before, so I know how it interacts with my soap and the recipe in which I've chosen. So I'm not really going to be testing that. We're going to be watching more at the Storm Watching. I'm going to call this Fresh Patchouli Rain, and I have my oils and lye cooled down, so I'm just going to set up the camera so we can get ready to film. Be right back. Alright, so as I said, I have my lye cooled down and my oils cooled down. Now, I've mentioned in all my videos why I don't wear gloves, but I don't. So don't be alarmed when you don't see me with gloves on. I've soaped for a while and I know the dangers of soaping without them, but I feel comfortable enough in my skill and how I do things to not wear them. I'd rather not wear them and then lose control of my stick blender and make a big mess. So, but I want you guys to wear your safety precautions the way you like to wear them. I'm going to go ahead and add my lye into my oils. They're both at room temperature, which is approximately 80 degrees. I'm going to strain my lye this time because I got a little bit of lye static, which is just little bits. It looks like lint or dust, and I don't want to put any of that in my soap. So I'm just going to go ahead and strain that. Now you might want to turn your volume down because when I turn on the stick blender, it does tend to get a little loud. Just going to stick blend this. Now I did add titanium dioxide to my lye water. I also added 3% sugar and 3% sodium lactate. The 3% sugar helps with lather and bubbles, and the 3% sodium lactate helps with hardening of the bar. Now this recipe which I use, it says on Soap Calc that it's going to have a nice hardness to it, but I like to add the sodium lactate anyway just to make sure that it's going to be a nice hard bar once it's finished curing. Doesn't want to stay on today. Alright, I've gotten that to emulsification. I'm going to add, what I'm adding to this batter is organic heavy cream, and I'm going to add rose water. Okay, so I added the cream, and now I'm going to add rose water to it. And I'm going to just stir that in. I'm just going to incorporate it. I'm not going to stick blend because I don't know how Storm Watching is going to react to my soap. So I want to make sure that I keep it as fluid as possible just in case it wants to seize on me, or rice, or accelerate trace. That's what I'm looking for when I test out new fragrance oils. And I get all my fragrance oils from Indigo Fragrance, and I just love them. They really, really soak well in soaps. They leave a nice, strong scent. So the rose water didn't do anything to my batter, so I'm going to just stick blend a little bit just to fully incorporate it. I think it's time to get my new stick blender out because this one is just coming apart at the seams. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get my scale because I want to measure out equal portions. Now I'm doing vibrant green, vibrant blue, and a cream color. I'm going to add the full ounce of Storm Watching to the blue, and I'm going to do half an ounce each of the patchouli in the other two colors. And I'm going to do the Storm Watching last after I incorporate the colors. Okay. There we go. Let me get my spoon out. I'm going to stir up these colors. Sorry, I moved the camera. So this one is Vibrant Blue. And I mixed my colorants with glycerin. I usually use sweet almond oil, but I ran out. So I went ahead and used glycerin. It's pretty blue. It's like a seafoam blue. And now we're going to mix up the green. Now, I don't have my patchouli fragrance oil measured out, so I'm going to just zero that out and put a half an ounce here. And a half an ounce in the cream portion. Now again, I've already worked with their patchouli oil, so I know how it reacts. Just gonna blend this in well. But I'm always looking for ricing. Make sure the scent holds up, make sure it doesn't discolor the soap. But their patchouli, I already know how that works. So it works out really well, actually. Okay, that's stirred in nicely. And we'll go to the green. Let me move all this out of the way so you can see. And then we're going to add the full ounce of Storm Watching to the blue. I like my soaps to be nice and strong. Holding up nicely. And then the trick is for the stirring of colors, you could use just one utensil, so that way you don't have a million to wash, and you just go from the lightest to darkest color, so that way it doesn't interfere or mix up your colorants. So now we poured the full ounce of Storm Watching in with this blue portion. Oh, it smells so good. It's gonna smell really, really good. And it's beautiful. It's not ricing on me so far. It's not accelerating my trace. It's nice and creamy, smells really, really good. Just want to make sure it's really stirred in well there. Okay. Now, let me get my mold ready. And I'm just gonna do a drop swirl. And then I'm gonna use my little hanger tool and do a little hanger swirl with it. Let's see, let's do blue next. And then we'll do green. And then we'll do blue. And then we'll do green. And then we'll do a little cream. And we'll And blue. Pound it out, make sure all the air bubbles are out. It smells really, really good. Sorry, you just saw me smell it. It smells nice and fresh. It's a really nice masculine scent, and that's hence why I picked the blue and green, so it'll be a more masculine bar. Now I'm just gonna take my homemade hanger tool and try not to make a mess. That was a slip up. We're just gonna roll these colors in on each other. Okay. Put up my little splatter there. All right. Now I'm just going to clean up the sides here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this set for a little bit. And then I'm going to do the topping, and I'll bring you back to show you guys that. All right, so I did a cool little wave effect on top. And all I did was take the remainder of the 3 separated portions and put them on top and swirled it together. I let it set up a little bit so it's easier to make the design. But we're going to put this aside for 24 hours, and then I'll make a video of me cutting it so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Now I normally add glitter, but I'm not going to because it's more of a man soap, and I know some men like glitter, but not all. So I'm just going to put this aside for 24 hours and then we'll be back. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're ready to cut the soap. I have everything lined up on my soap cutter here. So we're gonna see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, it smells really, really good. Again, I'm calling this Fresh Patchouli Rain. And I used Storm Watching by Indigo Fragrance. That was the oil I was testing out. And I used patchouli. And it came out rather nice. So I'm just gonna let these bars cure for a couple of weeks and then they'll be ready for sale. If you guys have any questions, as always, just put them in the bottom of the comment section. I'll be happy to help any way I can. Thanks for watching.